Jordan-Hare Stadium in Auburn, Alabama. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration. Senior Day. It's the Mississippi State Bulldogs and the Auburn Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Thank you, guys. I did check in with the Auburn head coach before the game. This is exactly what they expected when the season started. They knew they had to go to the transfer portal, and the quarterback they got has lived up to every expectation. He has shown great leadership, composure, and poise in every moment. But not only that, he has really shown that he can get it done on the field. Late in this season, he's taking them to where they thought they could go. And he has got to get off to a quick start here today to keep that momentum going. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll start on the ground with Fluff Bothwell. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Taylor wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. They needed a big play, and they got it, and the foot down for the first down.
There's a great saying in football. It's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes. Well, my Jimmy's better than your Joe.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play, they'll go back to the air. Makes the grab, it's Evans. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
On the option. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
And we talked to the coaches coming in, right? Like, they knew they were going to see the option. But the speed is so much faster in the game, and the offense does a really good job getting it to the pitch man pretty quickly, making that read and making a play early in this football game.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Taking it the other way. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Auburn! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3-and-out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Pick 6.
And he made the extra point without problem. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Mississippi State comes out on offense to start the drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Unloads it left. Makes the catch. It's Evans. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Taylor wants to throw it. Fires quickly. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. That holding call's really got them backed up. They're facing 2nd and 20. Looking to fire. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on third down. Fires to the wideout. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. On the ground, it's Cobb. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Tigers, dating to the days of Shook Jordan and Pat Dye, love to keep the ball on the ground.
And the stadium goes nuts, and the eagle flies, and everybody's happy. Run the football, win football games. It's good times on the plains.
To the air on first down. Here's the pressure. He'll pull it down. Oh, he's got some space. Guided out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
They'll give it to Washington. Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Trying to run, it's Washington. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
3rd and 6 yards to go. The offense changing the play.
139 Albatross.
On third down, here's Washington. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
You know, this is a running back who wants the ball, and he wants the offense to run through him. Really nice job there on the 3rd down of this opening drive for his offense. I can't wait to see what kind of game this guy's going to have.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Brown wants to pass. He makes a grab, and he will score! Touchdown, Tigers! Ready to try the point after.
Well, I love the decision-making by the quarterback, going to his go-to receiver in that situation of the game. But defense, come on. You got to know that's the guy the QB's looking for.
And here he comes out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Looking downfield on first down. Looking to the big tight end. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Get the ball back and put your offense in business.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we've got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's second and goal. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
All right, so now you're in this third down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that, too. Getting the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's fourth down. Fourth down means go for it. That's all that means now.
Touchdown, Auburn! Fired in from the red zone for the score. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
What a fantastic route that time. If you're going to be able to throw the ball down in this area of the field with the windows closed so quickly, you have got to be precise with the route running, and that's what happened right there. That's an easy connection between the QB and his target for the score.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll start on the ground with Bothwell, and he's able to pick up a few yards as we reach the end of the first quarter. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. They go right back to him. Got enough for the first. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Out of the backfield, he's open. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Taylor wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Hauls it in, looking for space. He gets a block. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. So here comes the Auburn offense. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Cobb. Let's talk for a second about Auburn. Breaking into the top 15 is one step closer to the college football playoff. You've made it this far. The dream is within reach. Question becomes, will they take the next step, Jesse?
But you got to keep winning. Now when we're talking about this team, you're hearing college football playoff in the same sentence because of where they're ranked in the top 15. So, David, as they move forward, they've got to continue to elevate and ascend with their talent and play on the field.
Yeah, and it's exciting, right? To be mentioned, it's exciting. To hear yourself talked about on shows and to be a team that's getting respect is great. Now, let's keep pushing that pedal to the floor to be the best team we can be.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Intercepted for the 11th time.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
It just looked like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Now give it to Fluff. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
They come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. Taylor wants to throw it. He lets one fly deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Maybe some room here. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
And the Tigers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Throws to the wideout. He caught it. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
And you can see just how explosive this offense is. It doesn't matter what they do. Whether they're throwing the ball, whether they're running the ball, they've had some balance, but they can pick up yards in chunks. You're seeing it happen. A really nice completion there. They ran it the play before.
And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Tigers!
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll start on the ground with Fluff Bothwell. There he goes. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But
snags it, and he's open. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this first half closes out.
Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
Gives it on the option. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Third and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. To the ground to try to pick up the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Blue 22.
He wants to change this route. Brown will throw it. Bringing the heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
Yeah, that is a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down.
Ready. Over.
On the move, it's Cobb. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run. So now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again here?
Now facing a 3rd and long.
949 rock star. 949 rocks. Ninja. Force. Bow. Hawkeye.
From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And the misconnection on 3rd down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking to throw on 1st down. Snagged out of the air. And he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the first down marker. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. After the 9-yard completion, a wide-open playbook on 2nd and short. Got him. On the move at the 30. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, but maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
Taylor wants to throw. Looking left. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And man, oh man, I just don't understand what we're trying to do offensively. Like, last possession was your 4th pick, and coming out, throwing again. They've got to find some way to settle this dude down or settle his behind on the bench and find somebody else that can make some plays.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, time running short in the half. A shot toward the end zone. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
I mean, this game has to feel like a living nightmare for this quarterback. We're still in the first half, and this guy, with all the interceptions he's thrown, with all the inaccurate balls, nothing is going right. They have no semblance of a passing game because they simply cannot establish a rhythm under center.
Right down the boulevard. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connor.
Guys, thanks. Welcome into the Week 11 version of the EA Sports College Football Update Show as we inch closer to bowl season. We start with a look at LSU taking on the Texas Longhorns. And it's the Tigers engaging in some real trench warfare today. Inches are hard to come by, let alone first downs. A tight tactical game where just about anything could happen. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big Ten.
Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards. There's some, and the ball's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
It's raining in this game. It's making the football slick and slippery. And you know ball security is going to be a massive issue. Both coaching staffs have preached about that to their teams in the locker rooms before taking the field. And these guys really need to do a better job of holding on to the football.
Here's a give to Bothwell. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. On the option. He'll keep it on 2nd down. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Pocket breaking down. Got his man on the right. He's brought down at the 44-yard line, and the defense making a play on 3rd down.
Well, they hit that deep crossing pattern, and a nice job by the quarterback there, keeping his eyes down the middle of the field. And he's not telegraphing where he's going to throw it. He knows he's got to give his guy a chance to work through the traffic, get all the way across the field. But you can't let the defense know where you're going with it. So really good timing between those two on that play.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Going downfield for the big play. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Finds a seam. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. And they turn it into a defensive score.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
They've got the screen set up. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds, a yard short at the 49.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him.
Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Tigers. The defense putting points on the board.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown, and then the ball skills, just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Yes, that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Handoff, Fluff Bothwell. Turning it on. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get first downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Tight end now in motion. Wants to throw. It's Swan. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. They've got a little more work to do after that holding call. It's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Going over the top. It's picked off, and they ruined the drive with a turnover. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. Oh, he's got a chance. Breaks into the open. He's inside the 40, the 20, he's at the 10. He steps out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll try to finish it with a score from there.
And right there you see the key to this football team's success. Not just offensively, they rip off explosive plays. That's why they've been winning games here as of late. They can get chunks at a time. They've got playmakers all over the field.
Well, I think these guys have gone completely mental. They have lost their minds. The punt team is on the field, and they're in the red zone. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. The run inside. It's Crosby. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
They'll give it to him again. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because...
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period.
Here we go. Ready. Blue 30. Blue 30. Red 20.
Using his legs, it's Cobb. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware. But you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Rides to the back. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next run.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. He'll take it on the return. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
I love the play call there, and I love the run for a variety of reasons. Obviously, you're trying to settle your quarterback down after throwing 2 picks in the last 2 drives, but also you're able to generate a really nice...
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Brown wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Lets it fly. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially in these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. The best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Goes high to pull it in. And, Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
Trying to make magic with his feet.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
The Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.